Welcome to Hey Clarity. I'm your host, Lindsay, and today we are opening the Akashic Records on the year 3000. The questions that we're going to ask are, what does the world look like in the year 3000? What advances has civilization made that we can look forward to? What challenges does humanity face in the year 3000? How can we best prepare future generations for these challenges? How has humanity evolved by 3000? What is the condition of our planet, ecosystems, plants, and animals? And what's the most important message we need to know about the year 3000? Let's get into it. Okay, first question. What does the world look like in the year 3000? They said tempered. They're saying bolts, like I'm getting these like energetic like bolts, like bolts of energy. I'm almost seeing there's something about like technology, but also like energetically living things have this way of being or living where like things are like steady, 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 slow. And then to like get things done, there's like boom, like direct bolt of energy used to like, they're saying like make achievements. And then there's like rest. It's like boom, shh, boom, shh, which is making me think of, in the natural world, conserving your energy until you absolutely have to use it. How they're showing me this though is like, I'm almost seeing like an egg shape, like a pod in the sky, kind of floating around, and maybe there's a person in it, or there's something in this pod. And it's like coasting, coasting, coasting in the air, and then it goes boom, coasting, coasting, coasting in the air, it goes boom. But they're saying like, kind of take the symbolism, like the visual images and the symbolism as kind of like, they're saying like the energetic, like directness of what it feels like, what it looks like. So again, what does the world look like in the year 3000? They're saying like calming, soothing, something about after that chaos, or like aftermath after that. There's a lot of, they're saying like low energetic levels. Like the bursts of energy are tempered and lower. They're saying lower vibrational energy, but more quieter. They're saying like tired exhaustion. And because of that, when there are higher levels of energy, it's used in these like bolts, like energetic, like boom, like get it done, and then get it done. Okay, anything else? What does the world look like in the year 3000? They're saying after the chaos. Great. What advances has civilization made that we can look forward to? What advances has civilization made that we can look forward to? They just said robotic scientists, like stored information, like so much like historical events and documents and information is stored in machines for references. And it's almost like they're saying like the human laziness or the thought for like invention and innovation, they're saying deceased versus like decreased because we're so tired and exhausted. They're saying like relying so much, they're like so much on robotics to get things done for us. They're saying like we're limited, we have limited capacity high vulnerability. And they keep saying like after the chaos. So we're like highly, they're saying dependent, but they're saying like, there's something about codependent on like machine systems, like robotics. Again, they keep going back to like these robotic scientists and like engineers to get things done for us because we have a limited capacity of thinking. Oh my God. They're just like severe, like mental health issues and depletion. What advances? But this is like advances. So yeah, they're like, we're codependent. And the codependency is like, it almost seems like the energy that we're exerting when we exert it is to keep the like engineering innovation of the robots going so that they can like do the things for us that we can't do. So like the codependency is like, I'm getting that like there's this impossibility of a belief system, like we can't handle it. They're saying like we can't handle the world and we need to heavily relying on machine systems to like make the world run for us. So all of our energy is exerted in advancing technology, like making those systems work for us. And they're saying not against us. They're like, we go beyond that. Almost like something's happened. Something's happened with that. And then after the chaos, there's this like temperament. They're saying like between the worlds. They're saying like of like reality and like something about the word ultra reality, upper realms, new realms accessed for support and guidance, creating realms. And they're going back to this like robotic scientist situation. Doesn't feel like that's something that we can look forward to though, right? So what advances one more time has civilization made that we can look forward to? They're just saying robotic scientists to like do the work for you, to do that work for you. Like they store all of the energy, all of the data, all the information, all the historical documents and references that we need to survive and look forward to. And like we don't have to do much, but it's like, it's because we can't do much. They're saying it's like we're severely depleted. There's severe depletion in like human beings, like ability to function in the world. Well, that's the next one. What challenges does humanity face in 3000? They're just like severe mental health issues. Like mentality gone awry, mental health beyond control, like beyond our control. They're like, no medication can fix that. No medication can fix the damage that has been done to our brains, both from like, they're saying like dissociation, disconnection, like the technology, but also the environments that we're living in. They're like dehabitation. Go deeper into that for me. What challenges does humanity face in 3000? They're showing like someone's head, brain, and it's like the brain is like crumbling. It's like crumbles. Almost like don't think of it, can't think of it. They're saying major dissociation from like mental health issues. how can we best prepare future generations for those challenges? They just said clean the air, clean the soil, clear the soil, plant the seeds, plant the plants, plant, air quality, air quality. They're saying all the things for the environment. They're like, do it today, should have been done yesterday. Do anything for the earth, for the planet. Because they're saying that relationship, like our relationship to the ecosystem here, feeds our mental health. Mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, like all of those things feed our mental health. So like the environment is like critical. The environment is critical. The land is critical. The air is critical. They're saying air quality, air quality, air quality. Water, like all of the things, like the ecosystem of this planet and like how it runs, how it has always run. They said you've always had enough. You've always had abundance on this planet, in this planet. And we're just like, they're showing like humanity just like stripping it, like almost like sucking all the life force energy out of the planet. And they're just like, why would you do that? Like, why do you do that? Why would you do that? They're like, you are here. You are here today for tomorrow. And so instead of like sucking all the life out of the planet, it's like, they're like, can you breathe life into the planet? Because that's a reciprocal relationship. So how can we best prepare future generations for those challenges? They're saying focus on air quality, focus on, the abundance and the prosperity of like the land and the food and growing food and soil. Like all of these things, they're saying combat our mental health challenges, period. They're like getting your hands in that rich, dark soil. Get your hands in the earth, get your feet in the earth. They're like, get to the earth, like get into your earth, get into your planet. They're saying your ecosystem needs you. Your ecosystem needs you to be a part of it again. Like this is your role. Like humanity's role is to be a part of the ecosystem. And they're like, what are you doing? They're showing us like you're in your boxes, your houses, your apartments, looking into boxes, TV screens, your phone, whatever. And it's like boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. Like they're saying you're minimizing yourselves versus like stepping outside and like creating the world and like being a part of the world, being in it, being a part of the cycles, witnessing and observing the world around you. They're like each other. And it's almost like it's like a people problem that then affects the ecosystem. And it's like, if you're having people problems, they just said, fuck the people. Go get your hands in the dirt. Go connect with animals, or the few people that you can deal with. It's almost like ignore the people problems. And they're saying like, put your focus and your energy into creating your world, like this abundant, fruitful world, the ecosystem, earth, like studying the cycles and being a part of the cycles. They're saying it's very important for you to be a part of the earth, not this disconnection, box inside a box, inside a box, inside a box, inside a box. They're like, what the fuck is that? They're saying that's not being a part of earth. Like that's not the point of being on earth. Like the part of being on earth is to be a part of the systems and the cycles and the ecosystem and the replenishment and experience the reciprocity and the beautiful things that you see and smell and feel and experience and witness and observe when you are out in the world. So it's imperative. Focus on the land. And this is me talking, not them, but they've been hinting at it as they've been saying it. So study permaculture, period. Whatever aspect resonates with you, study permaculture. Okay. How has humanity evolved by the year 3000? How has humanity evolved by the year 3000? They're like, not too much anymore. It's hard to evolve. It's like we got to a point and then they're like, blast. We got to a point and then there was something about like a kickback. Like we were like charging forward with our ideas. They're like modern technologies, charging forward, and then pooch, kickback. There's a kickback. And it like knocks humanity off its ass. Those who are so focused on the technology realms, you know, that we've created. Those who invest, and they're saying enforce the ideas, the advancements, the innovation, the investments in modern technology, huge kickback. Unless it is this, they're kind of showing like this happier kind of harmonious connection, working with the land, working with the ecosystem, working with Earth, like the technologies that like merge and blend with the planet and replenish, like those, they have a nice balance of like, there's technology, they're saying like ancient technologies mixed with like the cycles and the systems of the land, blending, mending, they're saying. There's a compatibility, there's like this harmonious relationship that some building technologies are a part of, and that's like really amazing. But it's like, they're kind of saying like metaverse, like virtual reality, like all of these things that take us into this realm that is not existent in the real world, like in planet Earth, there is a fucking kickback. And part of it is mental health issues. A big part of it is mental health issues. They're like fried, like so, like almost like so lost, out of touch with reality. They're like, they have no idea what's going on around them. It's like burning down the world while you've got your VR headset on your face, like covering you, like, oh my God, things are so beautiful. And it's like, your house is on fire. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So there's just this huge disconnection with the people who are investing in modern technologies in a way where they're kind of saying they think they're gonna get away with something. Like they think they're gonna get out of it. You can't think your way out of it by disconnecting further from Earth, disconnecting further from the ecosystems. The only way you're gonna make it work, they're saying like make your art, create your world with the real world, in the real world. It's not gonna be digital. It's not gonna be on screens. It's going to be physical and tangible. It's going to be experiential. You're gonna observe it. So anything that you are bringing, like channeling, envisioning that's coming down, you put it into the world physically. They're like, you write books, print the books. You paint, don't make it digital. They're like, have the physical, they're saying physical copies, physical references of things. Like needs to be, it's like the human vessel is like taking this kind of like these like heavenly insights, messages, information, and supposed to be bringing it into the physical world. Not then almost like bringing it in and then like putting it into their like stored file in this like metaverse, this realm that we've created where like they're saying no one can go for real. Like in your mind, sure. In your imagination, sure. Like through your eyes, sure. But physically, like you can't be there. So they're like, what's the point of being on Earth if you're gonna have this fixation about like modern technologies bringing you into this, they're saying self-created realm that's really not existent. And it's almost like it could so easily just, bye-bye. And then they're like, and then what? Then where's your information? Then where are your references? Then where, how are you gonna get your information to like figure things out? It needs to be physical and tangible. Okay. What is the condition of our planet, ecosystems, plants and animals in the year 3000? They just said dire, but they're saying buts. very, very big, B-U-T. If you start today, if it starts today, if you shift your focus, if you shift your mind to be a part of the movements that are, they're saying regeneration, replenishment, nourishment, nurturing the ecosystems, the plants, the animals, the earth. They're basically saying like, you can save it. Like there is hope. Like they're saying, please have faith. Please hold the faithfulness that these things can be done. It's not too late, but it will be. If you don't start very soon, sooner than later, sooner is better than later. And they're like, why would you wait? Don't expect these modern technologies to save you. They're like, they're not gonna save us. They're not gonna save us. They're like, okay, like they're like very, very rich people, you know, they're like, what are they gonna, they're gonna take, you know, spaceships to another planet. And they just said, yeah, right. Like, yeah, right. They're like, yeah, go see how they survive. Go see how they survive on a new planet. Like the human being, like, is not meant to be on another planet. They're like, there are life forms for other planets. There are life forms, there are living things on other planets that belong there. You belong here, like belonging. You are home here on Earth. So anything else is not gonna be right for you. But they're just like, just go let those rich people die on their way or when they get to those places. But they're saying for you, like anybody listening here, don't buy into that. That's not gonna save a damn thing about humanity. It's really all about, they just put your hands in the earth, put your hands in the dirt. And it is so, they're saying rejuvenating for your mental health. And if that becomes like the biggest issue, they're still talking about like brain power system, like all the things to keep your brain functioning. And they're like, you know, there are more and more of us who are with heightened sensitivities and futurists that have been getting the ping around protecting our cognitive function, right? And what that means is they're like, no drugs, no alcohol. We are like developing such high sensitivities and almost like allergic reactions, and we feel so sick and so unwell under the influence of these things. They're saying for a reason, you are a part of the movement of clear cognitive thinkers. They're saying creative self-expression, being open to receive this higher guidance to get us there. There's a greater vision. So they're saying many of us, many of you they're kind of saying fallen down or found your way to more of a sober life, clean, clear. And it's for a reason. It's for a very good reason. So trust that. They're like, you know, you don't have to be like 100% sober. It'd be like, they're like 95%, 90, whatever. But the majority of your life is experienced clear. For a reason, for a very good reason. Because you're tapped into the universe, they're saying, and the messages that you're receiving, the insights, the visions that you're receiving are a part of such a huge movement that everything around you is conspiring to keep you clean and clear. So they're saying, like, be proud of yourself for the hard work and the hardship and the adversity that you may have had to go through to get to that place, to be sober. But sobriety is a big thing in the future, both for like cognitive function, but also just like your overall physical well-being. Like all of those things, they're kind of saying that they chip away at the wholesome body, your wholesome body. And especially with this cognitive thinking, your brain function. I mean, so what is the condition of our planet, ecosystems, and animals? They're saying it's dire. They're saying it's dire, but there's no need to get into that as much as there is a need to get into you today and what you're gonna do tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So they're like, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and you know, start thinking about how you can embed yourself, your work, your visions, your desires, your dreams, to create your world, to create our world. Just get out there and do it. They're saying like whatever it takes. What's the most important message we need to know about the year 3000? they're saying like dire straits. There is such a huge consciousness heading straight into doom. And they're saying, stay out of that. There's a lot of other cool stuff going around that. So the dire situation that they described, that is what the majority consciousness is focusing on and that they will create. But there are so many other people, they're saying spread the word, that all these other possibilities branch off of that. They're so much better. There's so many more possibilities of all the different ways that this can go. But if we all adopt the belief system that this is it, and if we just keep going kind of on, like jumping on the bandwagon with like what the majority, they're saying like same, and they're like yawning, they're like boring, majority of the population is doing, they're saying, think about it. Like, do you really, it's like, if you're someone who like buys into and subscribes to like what everybody else does, they're saying like, you can't make it. So as uncomfortable and challenging and maybe isolating and alone you might feel for not buying into the majority consciousness, they're saying good for you. And they're saying you can make it. Like, you can make it. Your future generations, your lineages can make it if you think outside those boxes, if you get outside those boxes. So they're saying hardship, adversity, people problems, whatever, as hard as it's gonna be, we're doing the heavy lifting, the pioneering, because we believe in other ways of living, the possibilities. We can see the possibilities. You're visionaries. You're future seeing. You have keen insights. You're getting downloads. You have very big dreams. They're like, don't let the majority consciousness squash that ever. Because part of why you are here is to create our world, is to create this better world. And they're saying to give it a chance, like give us a chance. So they're like, build together, like find each other and like create the world. And then they're like, and then we'll see what happens. But the trajectory that we're on, if we're buying into majority consciousness, is going to be what they've been talking about this whole time. But it doesn't have to be. And they're saying the future is not set in stone. Like I always say, when we talk about working in the records and we look into the future, it's not set in stone, and we have free will. And sometimes you peer into things and it's the most likely trajectory that we're going in. But what they're saying is that we have options, we have opportunities, and there are more possibilities. So I'm gonna end there. That was the Akashic Records on the year 3000. I hope you enjoyed that.